What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another daily news video on this Wednesday post deadline day. Nothing happened. Nothing happened for any Serie A team, basically. But it seems to not be a big problem for the league, for the dinosaurs in that country. It seems that everything is going pretty well. But that's that. But before I get into it, I will also touch on towards the end about the investigations a little bit. But before I go into that, like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and hit that bell notification. Now, deadline day, I don't think anyone was waiting for something to happen. Nobody was expecting anything, and nothing happened basically. But then I'm gonna say around noonish, Romeo came out with the news that we were trying to bring Cambiaso back to the club, and then Di Marcio was pushing on it. And for a few hours, it seems to be like it's going to happen. Like he's going to come back, we're going to end the loan deal, and he's just going to come back to the club. Well, it didn't happen, basically. So they informed Juve that it wasn't happening, despite that they signed Kyriakopoulos from Sassuolo, right? To replace him, they still said no. Now, I know a lot of people were mad about it, shouting, and being pissed. I don't buy it. I honestly cannot believe that people were actually mad that we didn't bring back Cambiaso or didn't sign. Like, everybody knew we were not going to sign anyone, like, because of obvious reasons. Like, who the hell? And let's be completely honest, who the hell wants to sign for this club at this moment in time? Like, there's so many question marks. I will question every agent that brings a player into the club now. I really will do. I love the club, but I will question their intentions with their own players, like the players they represent, and should make sure that those players have a great future. I will question their intentions if you bring him in the club right now. It is like even we don't know what the hell is going on. So let alone players from the complete outside, players who are not in and around the situation now. So I don't think anybody could be shocked that we're not bringing in anyone. And I don't know. I'm not mad about it. Like, I don't really care if Cambiaso comes back or not, because of the fact that I don't think he was going to play anyway. I think Allegri has his guys now. You can say they're not good enough. We kind of all agree on that. But personally, I've not seen anything from Cambiaso that suggests me it's going to change anything. Like, we know, like, okay, one player is not going to change anything. We know that. But I don't think just chucking in Cambiaso in there is going to solve anything. Because personally, from what I've seen, I don't think he's ready. And with ready, I mean to be that guy. To step in a big pile of you-know-what and shine. I don't think that's an ideal situation. Also, from what I've seen, I'm just not convinced about the player, just in general. Like, I'm not a fan. Like, from what I've seen, it doesn't appeal to me at this moment in time. It's not that I'm like, oh, I want him at the club really badly. It's just not personally. But that, again, that cannot be, like, put that aside. I understand if people are like, oh, but you needed to bring someone in. Maybe, but even there, I will kind of disagree, because I think the season is kind of done. Like, it's done. I don't think that was going to be the difference in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion, because I don't think you're bringing a superstar who can actually make a little bit of a difference in a position we need, to be honest. But yeah, I saw the reaction. The only thing I was kind of mad about, or like disappointed, is that it's the same thing. Like, I think the club is not in a strong position. Like, if you cannot convince for your own player to come back, and Bologna have every right to say no, because you signed a deal that is there until the end of the season. But you would assume that a club like Juve has that pull to say, you know what, he's coming back right now, We don't have that. Like, I keep saying it. The feeling I'm getting from the club is that they're kind of in a weak position at this moment in time on so many different levels, and I think that's part of it. Again, I'm not mad that we didn't bring Cambiaso back for the reasons I just said. Um, but the fact that we again kind of struggle to bring our own player back shows that I don't think everything is going well with the club as you might have you're thinking. But I think a lot of people are still kind of underestimating the situation we are in as a club, and I will touch on that after the final bit of news, and that's Pellegrini, because he went on loan to Lazio. So he left Frankfurt, where he wasn't playing quite enough, and actually he wasn't playing well, to be honest. He went to Lazio with an option to buy for 50 million. I will be absolutely shocked if Lazio use that option of 50 million. I will. Like, I hope. We need the money, and we need to get him off the books. But I will be actually very surprised if Lazio spent that money on 50 million on him. Like, then it means he needs to play very good from now until the end of the season for Lazio to be able to spend that money, because Lazio are not known for spending money, basically. So he's out. He's on loan. Again, it doesn't do anything really for us. Like, he was at loan at Frankfurt. If he's playing for Lazio, Frankfurt, he's on loan. You know, he's away from the club. I think that's what the club wants, basically. Let's see. Hopefully he does well. And Lazio do use the option of 15 mil, because that means that we have one worry or problem, in my opinion, because I'm not saying a problem in terms of he's a bad guy or something, but someone to get off the books. You know, we needed to get him off the books because he was not going to play. I don't think he's actually that good. So that's that. Now, moving on to the investigations. Nothing really new. Like, the more things are coming out, the more you get the feel that this is kind of a bullshit. Like, the way we are getting punished for things that are so weird, you know, and there's no rule again on it. And more people are coming out, ex-lawyers, ex-prosecutors, and all those things, saying this is not okay, this is bad, and this means that they can do whatever they want. Also, for the next teams up, it's bad news. Not just Juve, the next guys up can be, I don't know, maybe the next week it's Milan. I don't know. That's what they're trying to say. It's dangerous what is happening. But when Gravina spoke, again, it made me very pessimistic about getting those 15 points back. Because I believe, or the feeling I'm getting, is that they made their mind up no matter what. That's why I said, you're going to Coney, it's not going to make a difference. The club probably needs to go to the TAR. That means that there will be a complete bomb under the league, because it will shut down kind of anything, because everything goes basically in lockdown. Like, nothing is for certain at this moment in time. And even that, I don't think the club is going to do that, because I have a feeling they're just going to accept it. That's what I personally, again, personal opinion, the feeling I'm getting is that they're just going to accept that for some sort of reason. And the Gravino words were kind of, I don't want to say that, like, it made me feel very, very pessimistic, because he said there are guidelines that need to be followed. Now, keep in mind, he didn't say rules or laws. He said guidelines that need to be followed and respected. And he's calling on to the government to come in, work together to put an end to all of this. Now, that's two-parter or three-parter. First, he said guidelines. He said not laws need to be respected, because there is no law. But they knew that, and they still went on and put 15 points at us. Not a fine, because 6 months ago when this case got dismissed, we got fined. Now it's jail time for people and points deduction, like completely flipped. And also, they filed a complaint or whatever, and they added things. And apparently, that's also not allowed, because the club was not prepared for that, or they were not told that you're being investigated for all those things, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it's all technical, but they added things which is also not allowed. But knowing that, they still said 15 points. And the Gravino words, when you said guidelines and no rules, I'm like, okay, they know. They're just making it up now. They know they're putting punishment based on, we're going to make an example out of you guys, based on a rule that hopefully will be there in, I don't know how many years. I don't know. The second part is he's calling on to the government, which is absolutely wild because you're going to cripple the Serie A even more because other leagues are allowed to do that. Chelsea are asking other companies they're paying other companies to pay players. Like they're setting up things, and that's all allowed. That means Serie A will even fall more further behind because if they're going to put a limit on all these things and UEFA is not going to do anything, other leagues are just going to go do their thing as they are, making plus Valenza because that's allowed. That's not a crime. Well, Serie A will be like, we're going to put a stop to this. Meaning, this league will even fall further behind all the rest. That's just my opinion. And the moment he said that, I was like, this is not good. Because he is basically saying guidelines. He's not saying rules. And he's saying, bring in the government. We want to work together on all those things. Saying we need to put an end to this. I'm not feeling very confident. I'm just not feeling very confident. Also, there are no leaks from the club. I'm not saying they need to put a statement out every 10 minutes when something comes out or whatever. But there are no leaks, not even to newspapers they own or journalists they trust and all those things. There's nothing. Like the club is leaking absolutely nothing in terms of we're going to do this or they're feeling confident. There's absolutely nothing. The only people putting things out there are ex-lawyers, ex-prosecutors from CONI, the main prosecutors, main judges saying this is bullshit. They're going to get those points back or they should get their points back. That's what they're saying because they have nothing to stand on at this moment in time, blah, 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 all those things. The club is very quiet and it kind of worries me very much because it reminds me of 2006. Now, I was young at the time, so I needed to read up over the years about what things were happening. That trial went at lightning speed. Like, it makes no sense. Afterwards, things come out about this was not okay and all those things. And the club didn't defend themselves. They accepted every single thing that came their way and they did what they had to do. They did what they were told to do. And I'm having the same feeling now. Personally. Let's see. But I think the CONI is just going to buddy with what's happening. And I don't believe Alcon will go to the TAR because that means he's going to put the entire league on freaking hold. Because that's massive. If you go to the TAR, that's massive. That has implications for everyone in the league. And I'm not getting those vibes. Like, there's not any league saying, hey, if we don't win at CONI or whatever, we're going to go do this. Or, like, there are no, how do you want to say, like, threats. They're not making any, how do you want to say that? Hard statements where it's like, okay, I feel confident. Personally, I don't feel confident. Again, before I end this video, why I don't feel confident is because they know there is no rule. Because they admitted it, there is no rule. Gravina said guidelines, no rules. And they're saying we need to change it. Hopefully we will make something up to stop all this. They're basically admitting we got deducted 15 points on something they hope is not allowed in the future. They know it and they don't care. They're just pushing forward with it. That makes me think that they already made their minds up. Everyone. That's just my personal opinion. But let's see how it will develop, of course. Again, the wage thing still needs to come out. Who knows what the points deduction we will get in there. And that probably is going to be very hard to fight against. And if you don't win this case or anything, it's looking really, really bad. Because this, by the looks of it, seems like a slam dunk. You're going to win this case. But if you fail to win this case, I don't know what's going to be happening if you get another deducted point and even more points. You're in a very bad situation at this moment in time. But yeah, I'm going to end this video. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We will be back tonight with a preview because we play Lazio tomorrow in the Coppa Italia. So, no. Yeah, we do play Lazio. No. Yeah, we do play Lazio. We do play Lazio. Excuse me. I'm messing up the date. So, tune in tonight. for the preview. And thanks for watching. Ciao.